Okay, Brian Powers off of Village Lane in Bend. We installed this electric furnace for Brian in 2019, and he would like to add a heat pump. We're going to 86 the coil that's down here and leave the cabinet. That screws off. You can cut the line set there and pull the coil out and just leave that as a base can, and then put the coil right on top of this. Connect the line set, and that's it. I think that as far as condensate, Brian's okay if we just run it along the wall. That's okay. The electrical is kind of weird. There is Romex that goes down, and then the unit is that way. There's not a plug in the panel, but basically going to need a new circuit. There's like a J-box here that's been capped. I don't know what's coming off of that, but that's been capped. The panel's right here. It's a load center. But we're basically just running a new circuit with a new disconnect. Mainly because to bring it up to code, and there's metal conduit outside. Let's see. Let's go take a look outside. This thermostat is in the little pantry by the front door. It's kind of in a weird spot. It looks like it has 6 wires. It might be 5. So I'm not sure what the best option would be. It's kind of on the opposite side of the house of the furnace, so it's a manufactured home. Might just be easier to run a stat wire if the thermostat doesn't work. So here's the thing, he's hearing impaired. His roommate or son or whomever is hearing impaired as well, so I think that keeping it as simple as possible is preferable. So if we don't have to change the thermostat out, we'll just leave it as is, because it's just a basic up and down Honeywell. I think that would be a lot easier than trying to throw a touch screen at him, because he's older, and as I said, he's deaf. So I want to keep it as easy as possible. I'm going to replace this old piece of junk. I think that the circuit runs parallel with the line set, because I looked in here in the access panel and I can see the line set, the insulation, but I can't see the Romex. I'm assuming that it's right next to that, but we'll want to pull new circuit and have a disconnect out here, rather than what's currently set up, I guess. I talked to Chad about it. That's kind of his best advice as well. So new circuit, swapping this sucker out, 86 in the coil and the coil on top. I've talked to Brian about inventory constraints. He's aware, and he's just hopeful that sooner rather than later, but he knows the situation. As far as communication, he does have a service that when you call him, they communicate for him, so he's easy to speak to over the phone. When on site, if the installers need to communicate with him, they will need pen and paper. He's totally fine to communicate that way, but that's the only way to really speak with him, because he's not, I don't think that he's very good at reading lips. So just FYI, honestly, kind of a neat situation. He's incredibly happy that we were able to help him out, so kind of made me feel good. Anyway, Brian Powers, Village Lane in Bend, half day.